Dude, I like just oh sorry. What's up everyone? I just woke up like 15 minutes ago, so I made it just in time. Cat was too busy destroying a cockroach and fighting a huge war.
I was
And
fighting for
Zach
my life.
fighting for your life. And Zach was just, doing his thing. But we
Zach
are
was waiting on the
here.
both of us.
I'm
He's
just
like, "Where are
living
these
life.
delinquents?"
Zach's like, I've been standing right here in this chair for the past 15 hours.
I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old.
There it is. There it is.
Wait,
Got it.
literally though, asking for a
Oh,
friend. If anyone actually does know how to kill a cockroach, please help me because I had to do some research and I forgot that they are like the most resilient MFers in the world and cannot be killed through regular means that you would kill any normal bug. So if anybody has done it successfully, please help me out. Please, I'm begging you.
You
That is all.
can't. It must stand trial.
Oh, it's gonna be a good night, y'all.
I would say just squash the hell out of it. Just
You
like when you
can't.
see it, like
Their
like
exoskeletons can withstand 900 times their body weight. They can live for a week without their heads on.
torch it.
I
Use
don't have
Axe.
one. Axe
Oh,
body
I mean,
spray.
if only
Actually,
people
yes.
still bought Axe body spray.
It's not a chat.
He must live.
That's my predicament. I'm like, I don't want to murder it, but I don't
Murder
want it
it
in my home.
brutally,
Old Spice
horribly.
body spray. Throw a chair.
If
Yoda
you
on
and
a
Tom were
chair.
our roommates, I would have already burned it alive.
Drown it. That would work.
I'd have to
Just
flood my whole kitchen.
Flood your kitchen then.
Have you ever tried to like drown those spiders that you see? You're like, oh, it'll be fine. You like drown it down the sink, and then it just crawls right back up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that so much because you're like, I
That's
don't
what
want to.
it's.
I don't really want to like just squash it completely. I'll just run it down the sink so it can maybe find its way out, and then it just comes right back like nothing happened, and you're like, okay, now I have to murder you.
But then it's scarier because they know what you just tried to do to them, so they have vengeance in their eyes, and then you're like, oh shiz, it's coming for me.
They've also like evolved, like they've learned.
Super
So like
spiders.
yeah, and eventually we're not ever gonna be able to kill them. They're just gonna be bigger than us. So that's the real thing. Just letting you know.
Axe again or cut it. Y'all, these MFers are quick. They are so fast.
The fact that
I
everyone keeps saying axe is like,
Yeah,
is this
I
like a
might
common
have to-
practice? Does everyone
mean-
just use axe body spray to
Axe
kill
is
bugs?
not meant for body spray. It's meant to kill cockroaches. It just
It's so
happens to be
toxic.
deodorant.
Like you go to Home Depot, you just see axe body spray next to like the Raid and like all the insect
Yeah.
repellents. And they're like, why is body spray here? It's like, well, no one actually uses it for body spray anymore. They
They
pretty
had a
much just,
rebrand.
burn bugs with it or kill bugs with it.
Oh.
All right,
Well,
shall we get into it? We've got a
Well, that
game
was-
to play,
That
folks.
was a fun
Oh
sidebar.
shoot! Wait, yes, our game. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm excited.
So I took the liberty
Stay
for
tuned, chat.
for chat of making a video that will explain it. It's like 2 minutes long. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll that, and then when we come back, we'll have a few more things to talk about, and then we can just get right into it.
Yeah, everyone pay attention.
Yeah, take
Cool.
notes. There will be a quiz later. It's worth 80% of your
It's
grade.
gonna be a fun game, guys. Just pay attention.
All right.
It just doesn't roll it.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. So, you think you're ready to conquer the galaxy? Or at least 6 planets of it? You actually think you can defeat the Ewoks? Such hubris, chat. Such hubris. Well, if you feel that you must try, it's important that you understand how this game is played, don't you think? Galactic Conquest is an interactive game where you, chat, will face off against us, the Ewoks, in an attempt to conquer the galaxy. Each team will try to claim as many planets as possible, either by way of force or through diplomatic methods, with each one counting as 1 point. The first team to 7 points wins. Each team will begin with an army of 20,000 soldiers. And I know what you're thinking, dear chat. But, Zach, there are only 6 planets, so how can we possibly score 7 points? Oh, damn, chat, I wish that I had thought of that. Oh, wait, I did. The other way to score points is by researching or recruiting. For example, you can research the Death Star, or you could research the Ring of Power, or Bubblegum. anything your puny minds can conjure up. As for recruiting, you can recruit any character in anything. Each successful attempt will grant you 1 point. You can also then use these resources to help you gain others or to conquer additional planets. Ta. I know what you're thinking again, but Zach, how does any of this work? Chat, come on. We will be using Novel AI, an AI story generator. Essentially, we will announce our intent to do an action, and then the AI will decide whether or not the action is successful by generating 5 segments of a story. Within this story, there will be chaos. All kinds of insane, whimsical shit can and will happen. You may get exactly what you intended, or you may get nothing. You can even come out with more than you expected, or even lose a resource or a planet you already had. A maximum of 2 points can be earned or lost per turn. 2, chat, not 1, not 7,198, 2. If by the time the hour is up, neither side has reached 7 points, the winner will instead be whoever has the most points. That should at least give you some minute understanding of how this game is played. Good luck, chat. You'll need it. All right, them's the rules.
Man, that
Why were
production
you
value.
literally dunking on the chat the whole time?
This is a man's game.
This is competitive. We have
Yeah.
to win, Cat. If we lose on our own stream, it's like, what's the point of playing?
Okay, I'm sorry,
But
chat.
some things I didn't cover. Chat, we each get 1 move per turn, and chat, you'll determine your move. I'll ask for like suggestions. You'll put your suggestions in the chat, then we'll make a poll, and then you guys vote on what you want to do, and that's what you guys will do. That'll be your action for the turn. Let me pull up the map real quick, and then we'll get this going.
Let's go. Ewok
Let's
for life.
go.
Hashtag Ewok hype. Hashtag we don't lose. Hashtag easy.
GG
Hashtag
easy.
GG easy.
Okay. So we're gonna share.
Cat's like, get me the fuck out of here.
No, I'm just contemplating whether I actually want Ewok merch or not.
Maybe just
All right.
for us.
So this is the map. We have Hoth, Mustafar, Tatooine, Naboo, Coruscant, and Dagobah. Like I said in the video, we each start with 20,000 troops. That's kind of like your army to start your action off. You can, with your first turn, try to conquer a planet. You can try to research or recruit somebody. I think for simplicity's sake, the Ewoks will go first. So what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to go for a planet? Do you want to research something? You want to recruit someone? What are you thinking here?
I think we should play a macro game, and we should do some research first before we attack. What do you guys think?
I'm completely open to this. Kat, what do you think?
I volunteer first to be sacrificed, and then you guys can come in for the attack and
We throw
secure
Cat in front of the Death Star blast, and then
For
because the
research.
Death Star blast hits Cat, it'll be more powerful when it hits the planet. I think
for research
I think that makes sense.
purposes. So I'm on board. I agree.
So we can research literally anything. It
Okay.
doesn't have to be confined to Star Wars. It could be literally anything.
What if I want it to be confined? Just
You can do something
Like,
Star Wars. If
we
you want to do
can
the Death
ask
Star, we could do the Death
anything?
Star.
what are we researching?
That's- what is something, Cat, that is like your favorite thing in any lore? It can be like what's like a power you're like, oh, that's so cool, I wish I had that.
Frostmourne.
I don't know what that means.
Can we research? Like, can you literally? I need to know what the rules are. Like, can I after that 2-minute video? What are the
Anything.
rules?
Anything. It can be
So
anything.
we could ask like, how many toilets are on the Death Star?
No, it would be like we could research the toilet. We could, like I want to invent the toilet.
Having destructive toilets so that everyone's plumbing's screwed up while they're trying to attack could help because they can't,
Sorry,
they
now
don't have
there's a
active janitorial
spider
services.
crawling on my wall. What? All right.
We could research
that and
Axe
run with
body
it.
spray.
Yes, Axe body spray. Yes. What are the ingredients
Okay.
of Axe body spray?
Axe
Okay.
body spray.
All right, so we're researching Axe body spray.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go over to Novel AI now.
I need to figure out my focus again.
AI.
All right, so now we type in our
You get-
prompt. The Ewok decide that the best course of action to conquering the galaxy is to research the very lethal, I could type, Axe body spray.
There's more pressure typing when you know there's people watching you type. So
All right, so now we're gonna hit generate. We can do 5 submissions basically per turn, and if the AI gives us Axe body spray, then we get Axe body spray, and it's in our arsenal. So we're gonna go. Using this, they can create a substance called Axe Oil, which will allow them to take on the forces of Chat and defeat them. However, there's a problem. Chat has developed their own version of Axe Oil in order to counterattack against the Ewoks. You bastards! Since
Of
these
course.
2 substances are both so powerful, it's nearly impossible for either side to determine what actually works on the other, making any fighting between the 2 nations dangerous. The only way to avoid total war is to find a third party who could test each substance and find out which one really works. So as it stands, it seems like we both have Axe body spray. But since the 2 governments have been at each other's throats for centuries now, no one wants to be the first to trust the other. If either side finds out that the other nation is testing the Axe Oil, then an all-out war would ensue once again. Okay, so that's 3. This
Shit,
is 4.
dude. Axe oil has been researched.
Therefore, a neutral party must be found. But how? The Ewok government decided that the safest way to go about things was to send one of their top scientists on an exploratory mission to discover the location of Chat's Axe Oil factory. Okay, this is our last.
Okay.
How the fuck did Chat get one? You guys have.
I don't know. It's not fair. However, due to recent events, his identity must remain hidden from the public in order to prevent panic throughout the galaxy. Thus, he goes under the alias of Mr. Brown. He leaves behind one of the most advanced robots ever created, named Mr. Brown, as well as a team of Ewok soldiers. Okay, so the way I'm interpreting this is we both have Axe body spray. So we each get 1 point. So Chat, you get Axe body spray too. So we're gonna go over to.
They have Charlie on their side, and technically he's the originator, so I'm not surprised that the AI picked
That's
up on
true.
that.
They
is
tricked us
true.
into saying Axe, knowing that the AI was going to give it to everyone.
Okay, so
Hey, what's up, Colin? What's up,
Chat.
Obsession? We're
Colin, my
playing a game.
Chat has we have 1 and
Chat has one, and it just blows up the fucking.
Okay, so we each have Axe body spray.
Okay. Well, isn't it Axe oil?
It's Axe Oil.
Axe
Yeah,
Oil.
Yeah.
canonically, it's Axe Oil.
Yeah.
So
So we
I'm
can just
gonna
call it Axe
post in
body
the
spray so
chat.
everyone knows.
Yeah, I should probably put it on here somewhere. We'll put. Crap. Right here. Oh wait, that's our scoreboard. I just want another text box.
Text box.
Ooh,
Right.
this is fun.
Okay, so right
More
here,
Ipsum.
Chat has Axe Oil. And then
What
Ewoks,
is its power again?
Axe Oil. They don't know. They couldn't figure out
Oh,
what it
okay.
does.
So it's like secret intelligence.
All we
Yeah.
know is it's too risky to unleash an
All we
all-out
know is that it
war.
definitely kills roaches.
It definitely kills.
Yo, I'm about to go to Target tomorrow. Do they even still sell that stuff?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna
so.
find out.
It's so
All right.
funny.
So those are our resources currently. Okay, chat, it's your turn. So
All right,
in
chat,
the
sound off.
comments, sound off what you want to do for your turn. I think there's
Attack
like
or research.
yeah, you can attack, you can use diplomacy, you can research, or you can recruit. I think there's like 4 spaces for the poll, so I'll take like 4 ideas and throw them in.
or whoever spams the most.
Don't all speak at once, chat.
We gotta accommodate.
Someone
Account for the
we should
lag.
establish captains too, like before it starts for chat, so then we know who leads the
Yeah.
charge.
This like they have such an advantage. They haven't even gone yet, and they also have
Yeah,
axe oil.
They already
got
have
our
axe
weapon.
oil.
Chat, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Chat, you have to let us know what you want to do.
Give
At
him
this
a
point, like the
second.
first person to type anything, it's gonna be.
It would be really funny
Right.
if they're like all together right now, trying to like.
I say research. Oh,
Okay, what do you
diplomacy
want to
first.
Okay.
research? What do you
Okay.
guys just? So Charlie wants diplomacy. Jack wants to
Jack wants
research.
research.
So Charlie, what planet do you want? And Jack, what do you want to research?
Tag team.
And anybody else also can chime in.
Do some research.
Okay, we got 2 research. I say
Have to be
research.
fair.
You can research anything you can think of. Okay, Charlie wants to go after Mustafar. So
wise choice.
Diplomacy
Diplomacy for Mustafar.
for Mustafar.
Research for anyone else for research? No? Okay.
Well, they have to figure out what they want to research.
Can be Voldemort's right hand.
It could be shoes.
What?
It could be the Death Star. It could be Frostmourne from Warcraft.
Starforge.
It could be the Ring of Power. The Starforge. Okay. Research Starforge.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna close your ideas in 10 seconds. So get any last ideas you guys have in, and I'll add it to the poll. Also, what's up, Colin?
Oh, jeez.
All right, 5, 4.
How to forge
So
oil.
on Vader's castle. 2, 1. Okay, total. He wants the Ring of Power. Okay, so we have 3 options for you, chat. Ring of Power. All right, poll is up. Cast your votes. What do you want to do with your turn? You have diplomacy for Mustafar, research the Star Forge, research the Ring of Power. It's an even split right now, 33% all the way. We'll give it a bit longer.
What is Starforge?
It's from Knights of the Old Republic. It's like this. It's kind of what it sounds like. It creates a bunch of ships really quickly. It can create like a bunch of weapons really quickly. It's
Ooh.
yeah.
Thank you, Lore Master.
You're welcome. It's
The
still
Lore
at
Master.
it's still at a 33% 3-way split, which is unfortunate. So
That's so
I
funny.
I think that
Someone's
means
way
each person
somewhere.
voted for their own idea.
Cast your votes. What do you guys want to do with your turn? Diplomacy for Mustafar, research the Star Forge, or research the Ring of Power. We both have 1 point. We both own Axe Oil. Research
Which we
Star
don't know.
Forge
We don't
as
know what it does yet.
Yeah,
though.
we don't know what it does, but we have it. Research Starforge is at 50%. Diplomacy for Mustafar and research for Starforge at 40% apiece.
We will close it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's the top?
It's still the same. It's still 40%. We just need one more vote.
Isn't 1 at 50%?
How many people are in the chat and how many people have voted in the poll?
There's been 5 votes. There are 8 people in the chat.
Yo, 8 people, three other people lingering, lurking.
Yeah, you hear Cat. I mean, well, Alice said she was driving, so I don't.
Oh, true.
I don't
Alice
want
can't
Alright.
vote.
Sorry, Alice, I lied. I think Colin said that he's at work, so okay. That leaves one of you unaccounted for who ain't voting. Come on.
vote. Damn it.
Vote. Okay, it's okay. Research Starforge jumped to 50, so they're gonna research the Starforge.
Woo.
All right, so we're gonna
Did
go
my
to
fault.
Novel AI. This would be big for them if they were to get this. Share screen. All right.
If they get Starforge?
If they get the Starforge, that's pretty powerful. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Chat. After much deliberation, I spelled that. Deliberation.
DLIBE.
Much deliberation has decided that the best course of action is to research the Star Forge, a massive superstructure that allows them to produce an armada of ships and weapons. If built successfully, doesn't just fix it. Successfully. Okay.
You need Grammarly, dude.
I need Grammarly. All right, so chat, after much deliberation, has decided that the best course of action is to research the Star Forge, a massive superstructure that allows them to produce an armada of ships and weapons if built successfully. Here we go, chat. This is your turn. The Star Forge was destroyed by the Ewok Empire in the past, but it seems there's a way to get around this problem. They decide to send their army on a quest for a very specific type of plant known as Zeta 7. This plant will be used to rebuild the Star Forge. I'm not sure how that works. And allow them to begin construction immediately. It should be noted that chat is not privy to the fact that the Ewoks have managed to survive and thrive inside the fortress where the forge once stood. So these are the Ewoks. These are not us.
Oh, not
Okay,
the
so that's-
Ewoks. Rats.
Yeah, what they do know is that the Ewok army is still alive and well, with many of its members having survived from the initial attack. If you're reading this article and are unfamiliar with the Star Wars universe, you can take solace in knowing that I'm about to spoil the entire story.
Oh my AI.
The Ewok army finds the plant growing wild deep within the ruins of the Star Forge. Upon harvesting the plant, it becomes clear why the species had such difficulty surviving the first time around. The plants grow to incredible sizes and are quite toxic. I think they have one more after this. After many days of struggling to harvest enough material to build the forge, it takes a lot of plants. They finally manage to construct the weapon. However, during the construction process, a group of Ewoks discover what appears to be a large cavern of some sort. All right, this is your last one, chat. As they explore further, they find a wide variety of items scattered throughout the room, including computers, weapons, and even an enormous throne. While investigating the room, they stumble upon a small furry figure sitting atop the throne. So I don't think they got it.
They didn't get it. They lost to the Ewoks.
Yeah, it seems like the Ewoks somehow got
You
in
guys
there.
lost to our long lost brethren.
Our namesake.
Sorry, chat. You still have the axe oil though, so you still gained a point.
Y'all have our product.
Alrighty, our turn now.
All right, still 1-1. What do you guys want to
think-
do?
I think with the power of axe oil, we now are able to extend either our desire to dominate or our need to create allies. So this is where we have to decide: do we want to make allies with planets and develop a big empire, or just dominate and build from there?
I think we go right for Coruscant and we use the axe oil as we're gonna drop this oil all over your planet, and who knows what it'll do. It could do anything.
It could be like
we don't
rain,
know
where
what it's gonna do.
where it does nothing.
We don't even know.
Yeah, so we can so we'll go the domination route. It'll be like a threat. We'll threaten Coruscant with axe oil warfare if they don't let us occupy.
Do you agree, Kat?
Sure, I'm in the mood for domination.
All right. So, the Ewoks, Ewoks contact the Coruscant leadership and threaten to bombard the planet with axe oil. Axe oil is a mysterious compound that
no one knows what it
no
does.
one is quite sure what it does. The Ewoks demand Coruscant
Occupation.
join their empire, or be potentially destroyed by axe oil.
Axe oil.
Okay, so The Ewoks contact the Coruscant leadership and threaten to bombard the planet with Axe oil. Axe oil is a mysterious compound that no one is quite sure what it does. The Ewoks demand Coruscant join their empire or be potentially destroyed by Axe oil. So I should note, if we do destroy a planet, it's like wiped from the game. Like it's gone. So
Nobody's able to take it anymore.
yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go. The Senate refuses to aid Coruscant in this matter. However, an order has been sent out for the Jedi Order to investigate the situation and report back on the Axe Oil's capabilities. This request comes from the Chancellor himself, not just a member of the Senate. Jedi Master Kavan was contacted and dispatched to Coruscant with a small team to determine whether the Axe Oil poses a threat. He arrives at the spaceport where he meets his traveling companion, Mara Jade. She's a Force sensitive who serves as a bounty hunter. After meeting up with the rest of her team, they depart for Coruscant aboard a ship called the Excalibur. When they land on the world, Kavan immediately begins to investigate Axe Oil's properties. He takes samples from numerous sources and performs tests. Was that 2 or 3? I think that was 2, right?
Don't we get 2 more?
3. I think
that was
that
3.
might have been
Okay, so we
3.
get 2 more. After several days of study, he decides that Axe Oil is harmless. Meanwhile, the Ewoks have discovered Kavan's lab and want to steal the Axe Oil from themselves. They send their minions, the Bokos, after Kavan and his team. All right, last one. The Bokos attack the laboratory and attempt to kill everyone inside. A battle ensues between the two forces. During the struggle, Kavan accidentally activates Axe Oil and causes an explosion. The Bokos are killed, but the damage is done. So it seems like we got the Bokos and then immediately lost them. So,
Yeah.
so Coruscant is still free.
I just like that his name's Kavan. Like he's like an exotic Jedi.
Yeah.
It's just really funny.
All
Okay,
right.
so it seemed like that was like a big like circle.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
think
a letdown.
we didn't get anything from that. So it's still
Oh my god.
we're still holding serve. We'll go to the map real quick.
I'm perplexed that it said they discovered that it's harmless, but then it caused a giant explosion anyway.
I guess they were wrong.
I guess it's flammable, but like
otherwise harmless.
I guess basically like gasoline.
Yeah. Okay,
great.
so we each have Axe Oil still, and nobody's taken any planets. All right, chat, you're up again. What would you like to do? You could try to do the Starforge again. You could try to do any of your other things. I'm going to start a new poll.
Or you could attempt to do what we did and fail in dominating a planet.
The options are research, diplomacy, or attack, right? Pretty much.
But attack and diplomacy are like essentially the same action. It's just 2 different ways of going about it. So you could recruit Mara Jade if you guys want Mara Jade now that she's in the story. Or Kavan.
Kavan blew up, didn't he?
Did it say that?
Yeah, he was blown up in the explosion.
Okay, so Mara Jade and Kavan are dead. And all the Bokos are dead.
He's like, oh, I slipped, dude, and he just blew up the whole lab.
Okay, Jarn wants to go maybe diplomacy this time. For what planet? Do you want to do Coruscant? You want to do something else? Yeah, this is probably very confusing for people like just popping in. They're like, what is going on?
Yeah, they'll understand though. Like the more we play, and then like how we do this every week, they'll understand. I think.
Naboo. Jarn says Naboo. Okay, so diplomacy for Naboo is your first choice. Anybody have anything else?
Naboo. Okay.
Marry Kavan Ghost. Okay. Alice wants to marry Kavan's ghost.
Alice, I love you. May they rest, smelling like a 5th grade locker room.
Super confusing. Mara Jade. Yeah, she was killed in the battle against the Bokos.
It's novel AI. James, you'll understand.
AI.
You'll understand this turn when you guys go. But it seems like everyone wants to use diplomacy on Naboo,
or marry Kavan's ghost,
or the rest smelling like a 5th grade locker room.
As in rest in peace, knowing that they smell like the biggest wave of axe you've ever smelled in your life.
Oh my god, that went right over my head.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and in like 10 more seconds, then I'm gonna make the poll live, and then you guys vote. So get your last request in if you want to add anything else to the poll. So far, we've got diplomacy for Naboo or marry Kaban's ghost, which I'm not sure what that will do for you, but it would be funny.
Maybe
I'd be
it'll
curious.
spark a rebellion, is what it'll do.
Honestly, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like,
That's what's beautiful about it.
yeah, we're not out of this yet. I still might use my speed force fire to take over axe oil. Charlie, axe oil is useless. Didn't you hear? Your scientist determined that it was useless.
And then Kaban just blew himself up with it. So we've determined it's basically gasoline, so it might fuel a ship. You never know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna go with diplomacy for Naboo and then marry Kaban's ghost.
Okay.
So the poll is live. Everybody, go ahead and vote, as you wish.
Marry Kaban's ghost.
That's what I'm hoping for. That'd be hilarious. Diplomacy for Naboo is currently in
I'm
the lead.
surprised the chat doesn't want
67%.
themselves in the story. You know, usually they're like, I don't know, Jack would be like, Jack wants to,
Oh,
I don't know.
they're
It's
working as a
50-50.
team.
Mary Kaban's ghost is taking the lead.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Should we have like a 10-second timer or 30-second timer for it?
Yeah, diplomacy for Naboo is retaking the lead, 57%. Oh, let's get 62% for Naboo. Sorry, it looks like Kaban's gonna stay.
In the
Stay a
other
ghost,
world.
unloved. He's an unloved ghost. It's okay. We can't all be loved in the afterlife. It's okay.
All right, 10 more seconds, chat, and then we're doing diplomacy for Naboo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom.
All right, diplomacy for Naboo it is. We're gonna go over to novel
here
AI.
We go. Story time.
This is chat's second turn. Chat sends their most skilled diplomats to Naboo in order to woo them and gain Naboo's alliance. All right, chat sends their most skilled diplomats to Naboo in order to woo them and gain Naboo's alliance. I think I should say like allegiance.
Allegiance. Boom.
Allegiance.
Yeah, because Rebel Alliance is like a noun, basically. Is that why?
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid the buzzwords. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
The diplomats bring gifts for Queen Padme Amidala. I'm so sorry, the Queen said, her words coming out like a wispy breath of smoke, but I cannot accept this. She turned away from him. He spoke quickly. It was just a gift. We thought you might find it useful. It's not meant as an insult. She continued to walk past him toward the palace doors. He hurried after her. So that's 2. You still have a chance, chat. If there's anything we can do, there's nothing you can offer me, she cried. Her voice echoed off the walls of the cavernous hallways. She stopped short and looked at him with wide eyes. That's 3.
Sounds like Cat. Jeez.
I am married to Anakin Skywalker now. I will never be yours again. The man who had been sent to court her stood frozen in place for several seconds before he could force himself to move. When he did, he took 2 quick steps forward and grabbed her arm.
Oh my God.
What's going on here? This is my way of apologizing. His fingers dug into her flesh as he pulled her into his arms and kissed her full on the mouth.
Oh my God.
Only tentatively at first. Then she wrapped her arms around his neck and drew herself closer to him, pressing her body against his. I think they might have gotten Naboo, guys.
What's going on?
Oh my God. You sent a diplomat that had a history with Padme Amidala? My God, you guys are geniuses.
I think they got Naboo.
But like, what's Anakin going to say about that?
Is there still one more?
No, that's it. But I think like it seems like she accepted via kiss.
Shit. So Anakin's on the other side of the galaxy. So we need okay, I know what we have to do now.
We have to get Anakin.
We have to recruit Anakin.
We have to recruit Anakin to go against because now Padme just turned on him.
She totally just cheated.
Man, it's okay. We have our own Padme.
All right,
we're
so
good.
Chat has 2.
God
Shit,
dang
dude.
it.
Whoops. Chat has 2. They have
Oh, maybe it's Clovis. Maybe you guys said
be.
Clovis. You guys are geniuses.
That is genius. Okay, so they have Naboo. I want to draw.
Is it Rush Clover?
Just have like
It's like, where am I?
I'm just so like AI just bamboozles me. My brain just got like, what? How does it
I'm trying to
conjure up these things?
draw. Okay, so we'll put blue around Naboo very
No!
crudely. Chat, your color is blue. So you have Naboo.
No!
I'm sorry, Cat. All right, so it's our turn. What do you guys want to do? You want to
Okay.
try to recruit
We gotta
Anakin?
get
I
Anakin.
think we recruit Anakin Skywalker to recapture Naboo.
That's two things. So we could just recruit Anakin, or we could try to attack Naboo.
No. We need Anakin on our side.
We gotta get him first.
All right, so we're gonna go to novel AI.
Please, novel, help us.
That
Help
took a really
us.
unexpected turn.
That was
Okay.
wild, dude. Holy shit.
After Padme Amidala, I'm gonna that might confuse it. I'm gonna say, the Ewoks, contact Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker
To help aid
in hopes of gaining his support to help them
in the wars to come.
we have to say like helps gaining support. They leverage Padme's betrayal as cause for his allegiance.
Nice.
All right. The Ewoks
Wow.
contact Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker in hopes of gaining his support. They leverage Padme's betrayal as cause for his allegiance.
Please.
Anakin and Padme have been married for a year. Their first child is born during this time, a boy named Luke. The growing family moves from Naboo to Tatooine, where they settle on a small farm. Okay, it's kind of getting distracted. Okay, this is completely off track. So we're going to reset. If it gets completely off track, by the way, chat, we can reset once. I forgot to mention that rule.
How do we phrase this so it doesn't?
Yeah, I don't want it to get distracted again.
Ewoks contact Jedi Anakin.
Maybe we just get rid of the Padme part.
Yeah.
Anakin is a powerful Jedi and the chosen one. That gives clarity as to what he is.
Come
All right,
on.
so Anakin must face the dark side's tempting powers with no help from his friends or family. He soon finds himself caught between two worlds, the light side and the dark side, and he struggles to decide which side will win. After the destruction of Aldor, what the hell? It's
oh no.
We have to roll with it because we already did our reset. After the destruction of Alderaan, Obi-Wan Kenobi was sent to live on Tatooine for a time before being assigned to a new apprentice. That apprentice was young Luke Skywalker, who had recently been trained under Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. The two became fast friends and worked together on many missions. But when the Trade Federation attacked Naboo, Obi-Wan left Luke behind to fight alongside Padme Amidala. When Obi-Wan returned, he learned that Luke had vanished after falling into a cave on Tatooine. Obi-Wan set out to find him, only to discover that he couldn't leave without first going after the bounty hunter Jango Fett. It's like mixing up all the events of Star Wars. Obi-Wan tracked down Fett and killed him, but before he could leave Tatooine forever, he discovered that Luke had been captured by a band of Tusken. This is our last one. Raiders, in order to rescue his friend, Obi-Wan went up against an entire tribe. Okay, so this failed spectacularly.
No!
It didn't even, we didn't even talk to Anakin.
So we basically didn't get Anakin, and they stole Padme from Anakin. And
I'm just gonna cut. I think this is just a wash. I don't think anything happened.
God dang.
So it's chat's turn.
Jeez. Okay, well, we're losing now. So check. How about you don't win this round so that we can come back?
We think it was Rush Clovis, Jack.
Yeah, we have a chance.
Chat. What do you want to do with this turn? Do you want to take another planet? Do you want to research? Do you want to recruit?
At this point, y'all are in the lead, so you have freedom to do whatever you want.
Yeah, this isn't going too hot for us. We got the axe oil and nothing else.
The useless axe oil.
Yeah, we got axe oil that actually helped them, and then when we tried to utilize it, it ended up being worthless. So
Alice says, make a clone of Anakin.
Whoa.
I love the creativity, Alice.
Yeah, she has good ideas.
Clone Anakin, so that would be a research.
Any
Darn
other
says
ideas?
Clone army.
Okay, clone army.
To recruit? Oh no. We're done
We could
for if that
research
comes to
the
fruition.
SCP Foundation. What is the SCP Foundation? Does anybody know?
I
I
guess
feel
we'll
like that's a
find out.
joke.
Foundation.
What if it's a real serious thing and you're just like, I feel like
Like the
that's a
Blue
joke.
Cross
Yeah.
or the Red Cross, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's top secret archives declassified for your enjoyment.
Whoa.
Okay, so you
Who's
could
declassifying them?
basically research top secret archives. I'm gonna call it there at 3. So go ahead and vote. Looks like research to clone Anakin, research a clone army, research the SCP Foundation.
Those are all good choices. I feel like chat's gonna win this round.
I think
Very first round
chat's
ever.
yeah.
They finessed Naboo just when we thought that all hope was
They had
lost. for
they
them,
were
so-
hiding Rush Clovis from us this entire time.
Clone armies taking an early lead, 67%. 75% for clone army.
They get
Cast
the
your
clone
votes.
army. We're done.
Cast your votes, folks. Only 4 of you have voted. %, clone army. It's looking like it's going to be clone army. So chat wants to research the clone army.
Okay.
So chat decides to improve their army. They research. No, they. Is that the right word I want to use? They research a new clone army that is highly specialized in warfare. We'll say a new clone army before they probably get like 20,000 of them. Sorry, specialized in warfare,
Bye,
numbering 20,000.
Bye, Alice. I'll miss you.
Attempt. See you, Alice. Attempt to research a clone army. Further army to further. All right. Chat decides to improve their army to further their conquest of the galaxy. They attempt to research a new clone army that is highly specialized in warfare, numbering 20,000 troops.
Oh gosh. So this
Here we
would bring
go.
them to 40K if they secure this?
Yeah. These clones will be trained with advanced technology and become true soldiers of war. The scientist who created these soldiers is killed before he can finish the project. Now the military leaders must find out how to stop this new threat before it's too late. That's 1.
Come on, Neville.
The military leaders take control of the cloning facility where the scientists work. One leader finds a hidden room that contains a computer terminal and some strange equipment. When he plugs into it, it begins to upload information directly to his brain. That's 2. This happens to all the other leaders as well. He then discovers a list of numbers and letters, but doesn't understand them at first. After repeated attempts, he finally figures out what they are: coordinates. The scientists had discovered a way to teleport through space using alien technology. You've got to be shitting me. Is that 3?
I don't
think-
even know.
I think they have one more.
Okay, but the question remains, where is the destination? The military leaders are sent on a journey through time and space aboard an ancient spaceship called the Moth. It is filled with deadly weapons and other devices that will destroy any enemy.
Oh my god.
So they get the Moth and they get teleportation. They just got 2
How?
points from that.
What the frick?
They didn't get the clone army, but they got those 2 things. Arguably
Yes,
better.
They got
thing-
more.
When things don't work out for chat, they work out better.
They
Yeah.
got more than they bargained for.
They fell ass backwards into like.
Oh my god. Okay.
We're done.
Okay.
We're done for.
This isn't looking good for us, guys. We're
Bring up the planets.
We
We're
couldn't
getting
even get in again.
bodied. Okay, so they have.
Should we go to our old reliable? Should we sacrifice Cat?
I think we need to just start attacking. Yeah,
We need to
we
start
need to.
doing something. So they
We need
get
to take risks
the moth,
and time
and
travel.
they get teleportation.
Teleportation. God
So-
dang. Meanwhile, here we are with our oil.
We have axe oil.
We're like,
the
that's
only thing that we
essential
have.
oil.
Hopefully, it like gets rid of acne.
Hopefully, it does something.
I think we could use it as a fuel, as an unlimited fuel source. Hopefully, we'll see.
Okay.
So we can escape when the chat army
Well,
just comes to
so
obliterate us.
should we utilize axe oil somehow in our attack to see if hopefully it does something cool?
Shoot.
Yeah, I think so.
sure.
Chat has 5 points.
Okay, we gotta.
Are we
go-
trying to reclaim Naboo? Or
We
are
can try to
trying
take Naboo from chat with our axe oil.
If we take it from them, do they lose points?
Yeah, they would lose a point, and we'd gain a point.
Oh my god, they have 5 G's.
They're killing us.
Okay, we have to.
Let's just try.
We have to
We
do
have nothing to
everything we can.
lose.
Axe oil with our empire to attack
Naboo.
Naboo.
Okay. All right. In an act of desperation,
Oh,
the
God.
Ewoks send their 20,000 troops to Naboo and use axe oil in an attempt to take the planet away from Shat. They engage in an all-out. They engage in all-out war. An all-out war. All right, here we go.
Come on.
We need this. We
Oh.
need this.
We have our best commanders up front.
The war between Chat and the Ewoks takes place on a large map covering Naboo, the Outer Rim worlds, including Kashyyyk, and even the core worlds. There are 20 different races and species, each with their own unique race characteristics. Human, Wookiees, Mon Calamari. We might want to do a
Shoot.
redirect because it sounds like it's
Shoot.
describing a game. Porgs.
No.
Yeah, it's doing like a video game thing. Okay, we're resetting. Use our one reset.
Should we just erase the war part and see what
Yeah.
it does with that?
Uh,
take the planet away from Chat?
All right. In an act of desperation, the Ewoks send their 20,000 troops to Naboo and use axe oil in an attempt to take the planet away from Chat.
Please, not.
However, a special force known as the Alliance of Free Planets, Army Special Forces, AFSG, arrives on Naboo to stop them, led by General Veers and his elite squad of soldiers. They defeat the Ewok forces at the Battle of Naboo. Okay, we have 4 more.
It's not even their army that
I
stopped us.
know. The battle for Naboo was a great victory for the AFSG, but it was not without cost. One of their own has gone missing during the fighting, a young Jedi named Anakin Skywalker. While searching for Skywalker, he runs into a bounty hunter called Boba Fett, who has been hired to kill him. That's 2. In the end, Skywalker defeats Fett and saves Princess Leia. With the help of the other members of the AFSG, Skywalker learns his true destiny to become the next chosen one and defeat the Sith Lord Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh.
Is that 4? Okay, and then it's
Yeah.
we didn't get it. We lose
We got smoked.
By
What the frick?
by AFSG. So I don't think that Chat gets AFSG. I think they just decided to come
They're a
attack
separate.
us.
They're a separate entity. Yes,
They intervened.
They just kind of came in, fucked us up completely. But
Yeah.
and Chat was like, "Where are they? Are they gonna come?" And then they realized, "Oh,
Chat didn't even have to defend their own planet.
yeah. Not only are they have their cake, but they get to eat it too."
Yeah. All right, Chat.
we got smoked.
We have time for like maybe a turn if you can go quick. So what do you guys want to do? Put in your suggestions.
You can do whatever you want at this
You
Sounds
might be able
like-
to just outright win.
Sounds like you actually
might be able to.
clone Anakin if he's fighting Vader. Was he fighting Vader?
How could Chat possibly lose 4 points? Is there anything that could transpire in one turn that would
It's-
get them tied
They
with us?
can only lose a maximum of 2. In any given turn.
Rats.
We need to organize a street barbecue to get separate entities to join us officially. So she wants to recruit the AFSG, it sounds like.
Oh, smart
Okay.
Alice.
So recruit a AFSG
Does the
with
street barbecue have an open bar?
BBQ.
That's the real question. That's how.
All
I
right.
agree with the
So
barbecue.
people are agreeing with that. In the interest of time, we'll call that that's what you want to do. So
Yeah, Alice has been pitching good ideas this whole
yeah,
time.
Alice,
So
you're doing
I'm
beautifully.
I
good
feel like
with
chat's
it.
better than us, dude. I don't like
We
it.
suck, dude. All of our ideas are
Our
falling flat
luck.
on their faces. All right. Chat, grateful for the intervention by the, what was it, the ASFG? Or
Yeah.
was it the AFSG? I don't remember.
Oh.
But we'll just call it ASFG.
Is it in the memory at all or no?
I just deleted it. I cleared it.
Oh.
Arrange a street barbecue for them in hopes that the ASFG will officially join their team. Chat, grateful for the intervention by the ASFG. Arrange a street barbecue for them in hopes that the ASFG will officially join their team. The ASFG doesn't need any more enemies right now, so they politely refuse. But on the way out, Captain Dan gets into an argument with some chat members who want to go after the ASFG. Captain Dan and his crew soon find themselves on another mission, helping the chat take out the ASFG. This barbecue did not go well for them. It's up to Captain Dan to save humanity from itself. Oh, jeez. All right, chat. I'm gonna give you a redirect from like this point, because this is where it went off the rails. He tells them if they attack again, he'll kill them himself. As he walks away, he's approached by another chat member named Yami. She has an idea. We don't have to fight each other. Dan thinks it's a great idea and invites her over to his place later that night, which I guess is kind of weird. And then we cut Captain Dan, who's home and alone, sitting around thinking about what Yami said. It seems like he really wants to get along with these people, but there's just something holding him back. Meanwhile, in another part of town, another chat member named Tukut is feeling frustrated because she can't find anyone to talk to. She eventually finds someone who agrees to meet up with her, but it turns out to be a trap. Tukut realizes this person was sent to do her harm. At that moment, Captain Dan suddenly appears. He explains that he too had been tricked and takes Tukut to safety. Captain Dan apologizes for being an asshole and asks Tukut why she joined the chat. So it doesn't seem like you got the ASFG chat.
They didn't get that, but they fucking destroyed us anyway.
Yeah, you won, chat.
That might have been my favorite storyline of the night.
Chat, it wasn't even close. You stomped us.
You beat us at our own
The official score is now 1-0 or 0-1 chat.
0-1 chat. This
all that shit talking in your tutorial, Zach.
Really blew up in my
You have
face.
to make a new tutorial where you're just kind of like scared to like
Just don't hit me, chat. So chat takes the first inaugural Galactic conquest by a score of 5-1.
This is nuts. Screenshot it.
We didn't even get a planet. We just got axe oil. Like we did that in our first turn. And chat also got axe oil. So we were never leading this game.
Gosh darn it.
This is depressing.
I want to kill myself.
Happy for you, chat. Happy for you.
Yeah, good for you, chat. Congratulations.
GG's.
The episode's probably up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was perfect timing.
Should we are you guys just gonna pop to bed right after, or do you want to come back to chat for like 10 minutes, or are we just gonna chat about it in the podcast on Thursday?
I'll probably just keep it live while I watch the episode, and then if you guys want to get back on after, you can.
If I don't hop back on, it's probably because I'm still like reviewing or something like that. So if I don't reconvene with you, do your thing. Do whatever you want.
Okay, right. I'll stay on here. I got to go in the other room because I don't have it on my computer, but I'll be back.
Yeah.
No worries.
All right. Enjoy, everybody.
Let's enjoy.
Bye, friends.
Well, that was embarrassing. Chad, I can't believe you did that to us. This was supposed to be our victory, not yours. You too, Alice. Thanks, Jarn. Thanks for participating. Thanks, Jack. You can win next time. I believe in you. Hopefully. We can only go up from that performance, honestly. So let me get the timer ready. Share screen. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. All right. I'm going to pull the episode up. I'll wait for Alex, and then I'll start it. And then we can react. You guys excited for this episode? It's gonna feel weird not having an extra 2, but I don't know. We'll see how it affects the pacing. I really don't have any expectations for this. I assume we'll see some more stuff that we saw in the trailer. I don't know if we're gonna go to Coruscant, but I'm super looking forward to that. I really can't wait to see Coruscant again. It's been too long. I can't believe that they've been away from Coruscant for like almost 20 years. Unless you count like the Clone Wars or the flashback scene from from Kenobi. But I don't really count that. So I'm looking forward to being there for a good amount of time, spending some time in the Senate. Because it's such a cool planet. It's got so many different layers to it. It's got the politics aspect. It's got the underworld. It's just so cool. I'll call it. This episode will be an 8. I hope so. That'd be good. That'd be good. I take an 8. They said this episode is when it starts to pick up. Yeah, I thought it started picking up in the last episode. But if it just keeps accelerating, that would be awesome. Get your predictions in, folks. What are we gonna see? What's gonna happen? Will anybody die? Will we see Mon Mothma? Will we see Saw Gerrera? I don't think so, but I love that man. I don't think Alex is coming. I think he's just gonna leave it up. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So I will start the timer, and I'm starting the episode now. Yeah, I'm gonna let the intro play. All right. I love the music in the show. I'm just listening to the intro song. So good. I agree, Jack. That'd be really cool. Yeah, it's grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but I thought it was a little too Marvel, but it's grown on me. The dialogue is so good in this show. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Coruscant, let's go. Oh, it looks so good. Let's go, Coruscant. Good set design too. Scarif. Name drop. Oh yeah, it's like the Middle Earth looking planet. Yeah, Kyburn, I think his name was. He's a great actor. Blue Kyber. Rakatans. Lots of lore here. She's also from Game of Thrones. She's the waif. Thought she looked familiar. Maybe. Maybe, yeah. Ice cold. He's intense. For this episode, the show is called Clem, not Andor. He probably likes that. Nothing like a TIE fighter sound, huh? I wonder if he's a senator. He's got to be a senator. Classic imperial ambition. Space sheep. It's a cool poncho. Star Wars is bringing ponchos back, guys. Yeah, you're right, Nicholas. Lots of similarities. Little things that you don't really notice on your first viewing, but you did though. So kudos to you. Yeah, he does. Yeah, the camo ponchos. I always forget about those. You'd think they'd have like at least wheeled suitcases or something that floats, I guess. Just instead of like these big briefcase things. Because Anakin was carrying around bags like this in Attack of the Clones when he went with Padme. Maybe they're not in vogue during these times. I didn't deserve that one. Yeah, he definitely values him more than he let on with her because he did risk his life to recruit him. So I'm definitely interested to see where this plays out. So he's not a senator. What's up, Zach? He's such a good actor. He's this facade he's putting on is so different than his true self. I love it. It's like Palpatine-esque. Good old speeder bikes. Are you talking about Mon Mothma or this or her? Mon Mothma is the same actress who played her in Revenge of the Sith, which is pretty cool. I don't even think she was in the movie. She was in the deleted scenes, so the continuity is crazy there. Slime more. They seem like they're happily married. Yeah, I thought about that myself. I feel like we'd have to, right? Because he's a prominent senator who works with Mon Mothma. It'd be weird if he didn't show up at some point in time. Yeah, I like how it's showing you the top of the chain of command with Mon Mothma and whatnot, and then it's also showing you like these guys in literally in the dirt, risking their lives for this mission. It's a good contrast. Like there's two kinds of risking your life. There's risking your life amidst the skyscrapers of Coruscant with these luxurious homes and high class people, and then there's this, and I love it. General Kenobi. What's up, Arten? If that's Arten, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I mispronounced it. Yeah, absolutely. That guy's such an asshole. The ISB. I'm glad we're seeing more of that too. That's something we haven't really seen much of in movies at all. And then we got some in Rebels, but I'm glad to explore that a bit more. Yeah, like this stuff is so important to these people, and it's not even on Vader or the Emperor's radar.
Yo.
I'm not done yet, so
Okay, I'll be right back.
yeah, piss off. Cassian's got some homework. And that's the episode.
Dude, I loved it, man.
It's so good. And like
It's written so well.
I know. I said like the dialogue is amazing.
Oh,
Like
dude, anything with Kyburn, dude.
yeah.
Fucking Christ. Like he says, like the way he's able to
Lieutenant.
he's able to criticize and inspire all within the same sentence, which is like crazy.
Yeah, he's
Like they're quick-witted, they're very smart. Both sides, dude. Seeing this is like it's so cool to see this.
I was saying like I think one of my favorite parts of this episode was how we got like it paralleled two different ways to risk your life for the rebellion. Like one is by being in the dirt, literally, and risking your life that way, and then the other is being in amongst the skyscrapers and the high class folks
Mhm.
on Coruscant and having to play the game.
Yeah,
And
that's like probably one of the most intriguing parts about this too.
yeah,
Is not only do we get to see like internal empire, like not even like this obviously isn't like the top tier of imperial officers. This is just kind of a tiny sector, which is like even cooler because that means if we get to see like characters like this, like well, imagine what the higher ups are like as you get closer to like Krennic and Tarkin, you can only imagine how cool those characters are going to be.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, like the whole inside with Mon Mothma and what's his name, Luthen?
Luthen.
Yeah, and and his like art collecting front is like
I love his
yeah,
facade. It's so
yeah,
well done.
it's one of the funniest things. And like I don't know, like it doesn't feel like Star Wars, but it's I think that's a good thing because Star Wars
Yeah,
is always like so like like in your face and one dimensional, and there's like so much happening here, and it's like really cool. It's like Game of Thrones, and like that they're building out like they're fleshing out a lot of characters and fleshing out a lot of different areas, and there's a lot of things going on at once, and like there's not a whole lot of action, but it doesn't matter because it's written so well. Like
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like Star Wars. Whoops, I accidentally posted a poll. Okay, so if you feel, what grade would you give this episode? A, B, or C? Actually, I'm just gonna end it and then add D and F because some people might feel that way. But what was I gonna say? It doesn't feel like Star Wars, but at the same time, I think that's what makes it feel like Star Wars. If that makes sense, like it just feels so good. Like it's so refreshing, and every little bit of it, like it's it's just like I don't know, man. It's just got it. Like whatever it is, this show has it. Like
yeah,
it's
it's like that. It's the fact that we can't identify it. It's a good thing. Like I feel like most high budget TV shows and films have that thing, that like intrigues you, that keeps you watching, and you have to really like look at it to like understand why you like it so much. And I think the important thing here is that they're hiring the big guns. They're actually involved. It's not slapped together or like half-assed or whatever. Like there's everything about this feels like it's done by professionals, which is what Star Wars should be. So
I feel like
it's
this is
yeah.
Star Wars only level. I love it. This one I'm giving it 10. Wow. You predicted he predicted that he would give it an 8, but you gave it a 10. Major character building. Really awesome to see classic stuff. Yeah, I feel like they used just the right amount of like classic stuff. Like
Yeah,
seeing the TIE
it's
fighters was so
fuck.
cool, but they didn't like it wasn't in your face. It wasn't like, oh, remember the TIE fighters? You love these. Open wide. Num 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 num. It was just like there's the TIE fighters and
Like
there's
what would have been what I feel like what would have been like bad Kenobi Star Wars was a fighter sees them and then they're shooting a million shots around in a circle and they
yeah.
never get hit or nothing happens, and then like some guy comes out of nowhere and like shoots a slingshot and like
And they crash
blinds
into
the
each
TIE
other.
fighter, and then they crash
Yeah.
into each other, and everyone's like, "Yay!" It's like, whoa, what an introduction! That was a great way to meet you.
Yeah.
That's probably what Kenobi would have been, if it were in this kind of scenario, and that didn't happen. It was realistic. They hid, and then you heard like just a really loud like screech as it passed by, and it was so cool. It was
They're
so
not
it was so realistic. Like you just feel like you're there, and
I
that's the
think
most
part of
important thing.
the problem with Kenobi was that they spent a lot of time with, like you said, like these little action sequences that there was no tension in because we knew that the characters involved lived. I don't remember how many times they'd have like Leia in danger or Kenobi in danger. And it didn't really work. Like when Kenobi was sneaking into the meth lab or whatever and he got like captured, it was like, this is such a waste of time. Like we know he's not going to get hurt. We know Leia's not going to fall off of this building. We know she's not going to get caught and found out. Like they spent so much time on those little shenanigans, whereas Andor is just it's not bothering with that. It's delving into the political intrigue. It's delving into this sect of the rebellion that we've never really explored before. It's like directing attention to the right places, and you can just feel the time and the careful effort that the creators put into this. Whereas it felt like Kenobi was written over like the course of a Saturday afternoon.
And you want to know what else I think, or at least what I'm feeling, is that it's not made for kids.
No,
This
totally not.
this show is not made for kids. There's no slapstick. There's no nonsense. There's no over the top antics. There's no weird dialogue. It's made for fans, and it's made for people who appreciate the universe. Um, and it's made for just people who I think anyone who watches this show who's never seen Star Wars before would be intrigued. I feel like they would kind of build up. They're like, oh, I mean, we're getting to explore a lot of planets. So I don't know who these characters are, but like I care for them, even though if they don't know who Mon Mothma is, I think there's already something there.
Yeah.
Which her presence, by the way, is so great. Like I loved all that dialogue between her and Luthen. Um, but it baffles me that someone can watch this episode and be like, "Dude, that was boring. Where's all the action?" Or "That was boring. I need something else." Or "This is boring. Not my Star Wars." Or whatever. I don't. I
I
don't know.
agree. That's how I like used to feel about things when I was a little kid. But and not to insult people that like feel that way now. It's just like I don't know. Like it's such good storytelling that I don't care that there's not action. Like I'm just so intrigued by everything that's going on, and like every conversation between characters is so interesting and so well done. Charlie's back. That was awesome. We agree with you, Charlie. That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
And if Star Wars can create excitement or create intrigue or like I don't know, like if there's nothing like if it and it doesn't even involve a single blaster shot fired or a lightsaber being ignited, then that means that the universe can be explored and can be expanded, and that's what this show is doing, and this is what we need. Like this is exactly what we need as Star Wars fans, so that we can start exploring the medium a little bit better, like that we've wanted for so long. I don't know. I don't know how you can watch this and think, hey, look, I need more action. I feel like all of this could have been done in one episode. It's like no, it can't. Like you can't do everything that happened like so far in one or two episodes. That's why it's a TV show. That's why it's a series. That's why we need to explore everything. We need to give backstories to characters. We need to give reasons and motivations for all these characters. We can't just have random shit happen for no reason and then have like and then fast forward or skip through things like in Kenobi, like hiding Leia in a cape to get out of
Ugh.
Inquisitorius. Like there's so many things that went so wrong with that show, and people were just accepting. And I think that this is kind of the bar that should be set for filmmaking and storytelling.
100%. And Nicholas has it right. When I heard that Tony Gilroy was kind of helming this project as the writer, I had a good feeling about the show because he fixed Rogue One. Like he came in and ironed out the problems with Rogue One, and I think turned
Yeah.
it into a phenomenal movie. And having him be able to kind of steer this vision instead of just coming in the late stages and fixing some things is really paying off. And it really shows how spotty the writing was in Kenobi. And I hate to harp on Kenobi because there are some great parts of that show. We've talked about this at length, but I feel like Kenobi was kind of all over the place. It was kind of like a shotgun. It just shot
Plot points. How do we get there? Let's just do this.
yeah, it just like it had some highs, it had some really really deep valleys, and it had some peaks. Like it was all over the place. It was a roller coaster for good and for bad. And this show is like just above the mean. It is just continuously just hitting all the right points, and it just feels so much more coherent and consistent. And it's been so much fun to watch. And I wasn't even upset that they didn't even get to the heist in this episode. I was just like,
I don't even care. Like
yeah.
if dude, just give me 3 episodes of Kyburn talking to his Imperial employees. Like just let me hear him talk more. Like anything that he said is just like I want to work for him, dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't even care. Like I would 100% work for that guy.
So right now the poll 100% have given it an A. If you haven't cast your vote yet, for the 20 of you in here, go ahead and vote. Let's see what you think, or put it in the chat.
Also, chat, let me know who your favorite character is so far, what you're enjoying the most about the show, whether it's a step in the right direction. Let's get a discussion going because, to be honest, I think me and Zach are excited. Like this is something that we've wanted for so long. Coming from we're storytellers ourselves. We love seeing storytelling that transcends kind of our abilities. I think when I notice a story that transcends kind of what I know that I can do and makes me excited or inspires me, that's kind of why we do what we do, right?
Yeah, General Kenobi. Welcome. Tony
Welcome,
Gilroy
General
did the
Grievous.
Bourne trilogy, which is one of, if not the best trilogies of all time. Rogue One was a huge shoes to fill because it overlapped, living up to George Lucas. Yeah, I mean, he's got a great resume. It's why I was kind of worried about Kenobi when I saw the lead writer's resume for that. And you just contrast that with Tony Gilroy's resume, and it's like they're not even in the same ballpark. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's so sad that they didn't give Obi-Wan Kenobi the absolute best effort that they could have, because if it had the effort that Andor has gotten, can you imagine, dude, if Obi-Wan had this writing?
Yeah, or
Boba
passionate
Fett
VFX
too.
or Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah, it it's really a head scratcher, and I think if it's any indication, depending on how this series plays out for the rest, I don't doubt it'll be anything but stellar. I would want Tony to oversee everything
Yeah.
with writing. Like, I just think that this is where Star Wars should be. This is what needs to happen. It doesn't have to be all holsters up. Let's shoot our blaster. Let's go fly in an X-wing and blow shit up.
Damn it,
Next
Fulcrum.
episode.
It doesn't explain anything. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's just 2 episodes of Mando and Grogu. And they're like, you have to watch this show if you want to get the continuation of where we start on Mandalorian.
Yeah. God, that
Oh
would be
man.
so maddening. I'd be so
Oh,
pissed off.
it's chat. Let us know. Let's get a discussion going. I want to know what everyone thinks in this chat, because other chats I've been seeing, like, they either don't like it, they have a lot of problems with it. It's not actiony enough. I don't know.
Look, I teased Vader and Rogue One. You know, we're about to get Mazer cheese with some. I could see us being teased like the end
I
of the
don't think
season.
he did that though. He didn't do that.
That felt like
That was
look,
shoehorned in by the director later. That
it
wasn't a
works, though.
Gilroy. Yeah,
That
it was
works.
amazing.
Yeah.
It was a different scene originally too. But that was shoehorned in later.
That's why I would say I think that the best approach for Star Wars, for handling Star Wars, would be to have one the main like the writer, for example, just have them be a really good writer. They don't need to know much about Star Wars. Like Tony Gilroy, he's admittedly not a huge Star Wars fan. He said that himself. And then have like a Dave Filoni and have them work together
On everything.
On everything. And then that's how you would get great Star Wars consistently.
They're like the lead project runner, and then they hire the team for each project together.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if Tony would want to do that. I don't know if he's a good person like for that, or I don't know if he just likes to escape and do his writing, which is fair. A lot of creatives like to do that. But yeah, Jack, 100%. Dialogue is some of the best dialogue I think we've ever heard in Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Or that we've needed for so long.
So
long.
I wanted to go back to, you mentioned like who's your favorite character. I would say I agree with Fulcrum up here. Like, I think Luthen won me over in this episode. He's super interesting to me, and I love how his little facade. It's almost like Palpatine's. Like, he's really this intense dude who's like anything for the rebellion at all costs, and then when he's the shop owner, he's like this happy-go-lucky, like congenial like dude, and you never suspect his true self.
It'd be funny if really Palpatine's just a schizo. He has no actual memory of being the chancellor
all those years.
Yeah. No, it's I think Luthen's great. He's definitely one of the highlights. One thing I like is, I don't know, I guess for Star Wars, for me, it's always been like one character, and then everything else just kind of happens around it. Whereas with this, it feels so much bigger. Like, there's so many characters that I'm like loving. Like Mon Mothma right now, I'm loving. I think I liked her the most this episode. I think Cassian said like 5 words.
I know.
He didn't say much at all. Which is fine. You know, I think it really set the scene. That was one thing, like when they all interacted, I feel like in normal Disney Star Wars, Cassian would have been like, Cassian would have said something cringe, or like there would have been some character that said, "I'm glad you're in this fight for me, because we really need to stand our ground against the evil forces that be, because what happens in the world is a terrible thing." And then Cassian's like,
defeat it with the power of friendship.
Yeah, the Cassian's like, "Yes, I agree. I wouldn't want to do anything more than to help you guys," or some really bad dialogue like that. You know, something along those lines, because that seems to be every cliche that's ever happened has been happening with Star Wars, but none of that's happening here. None of that is happening.
Yeah.
What's up, Dark Weapon? It's surprising me. What's up, Weapon?
What was I gonna say? We got some, or like one of like the really obscure lore teases that they gave us was they mentioned the Rakatan Empire, which, for anybody who's played Knights of the Old Republic, it's those like aliens that you fight at the end that used to have this big ass empire back in like thousands of years before the game, and they were like this dark side empire, and that was just like a really obscure reference that I was like, oh wow, like they're telling this compelling story and they're also throwing in these tiny like deep lore references. And
yeah, and I popped in at the very end of Theory's chat, and they were all talking about that. I didn't know what that was. You know, I'm not like
you're not a nerd.
You know, I mean, I don't. extend the lore that deep. That's why you're here, Zach, to teach
That's
me.
why
But
I'm
that's
here.
why I'm here. Yeah. And I was like reading it, and it's like, wow, Star Wars is nothing but just a bunch of Easter eggs and boring dialogue. And I'm just like sitting there, like, dude, is Theory's chat just all 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds? Like, it's just insane to me that people can think like that. I tuned in a
What?
couple other live streams, and the consensus generally is like, I want to see more, like more action or whatever. And I'm just like, are you missing the point? Like the reason why action scenes are so great or they're so impactful isn't because they're flashy and cool. It's because they have stakes and conflicts that lead up to that point that make it more fun. And I
Yeah.
don't know how people can't think like that, or they don't realize there's going to be a big payoff because of how well the writing is. You know, I don't know why they don't think like that.
Like, if you look at Kenobi, like here we go, going back to Kenobi. But if you look at Kenobi, the only reason that like Obi-Wan versus Vader was good, it's not because of the show Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's because of all of the groundwork that had been laid by the originals, by the prequels, by the Clone Wars. Like all of those shows um set up the tension and the drama. It wasn't the show Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like it was pretty easy to have written that. What Andor's doing, building like all this intrigue and all these new characters from the ground up is so impressive, and it's going to take time. And the
Mhm.
fact that it's so interesting while it's in these early stages is impressive. Like it reminds me of like early Game of Thrones, how it was like finding its footing, but it was still really intriguing, and there was very little action and a lot of just politics and betrayals and setup, and it's like Game of Thrones but Star Wars. It's like Star Wars Game of Thrones, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe I don't actually recall, but I don't know if maybe Josh has never seen Game of Thrones or if he just doesn't like that show. But I mean, I agree 100%. Or even Theory doesn't see it or watch it or like it. But I think this is what Star Wars needs. It's needed it forever. Um, your point earlier about you compared it to Kenobi and like the fight scene, like the first, like it was funny is that the fight scene that happened literally in the same show before that, we were cringing on it. We're like, this is terrible. We want a new scene. And
Yeah.
then I was also like, wait, do I even want to see a new scene again? Is it just going to ruin it even more? And then it kind of resulted in that big like battle. You know, the battle was okay. It wasn't incredible or amazing, but it was the two characters conversing at the end that was way better than anything prior to that entire show.
Yeah.
And it just shows you the power of good writing and like emotional moments. It doesn't have to be flashy all the time. And you don't have to see Vader pull down a cruiser and then immediately get like bamboozled like a second later. Which, by the way, there is an edit of him pulling it down. Like that whole scene was re-edited by someone on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it, Zach, but it's like it's a way better edit. Like if it was just edited like
I'm
that,
sure it
it would
is.
have made much more sense. It literally makes it to where Vader didn't get bamboozled; he just got distracted. Like you just cut with Riva coming in, like as whatever is happening, and then as he turns back to look, they got away, and it's kind of similar to I guess Rogue One, if you will, because then you watch Rogue One, and you're like, wait, why didn't he just force pull the cruiser closer to him? And then you could think, oh, well, it's because he just kind of exerted so much energy getting there, maybe. But it's just like there's just a lot of inconsistencies. I remember I
Yeah.
liked that at first, but now I'm watching it and I'm just like, I wanted to like everything in that show because it was
I
about my favorite character.
yeah.
And now looking back on it, you're like, fuck, they really fucked that up, dude. And it's so upsetting to me. And that's why the fact that now Andor is something that we're excited about
It
and
feels
talking
good.
about it being, you know, the right step, the next best step for Star Wars is refreshing, but also disappointing because they messed up two shows prior.
Two big
Um,
shows that
yeah.
with very important characters. Yeah. My concern is that Andor doesn't perform very well because it isn't helmed by this like
And then Disney's gonna be like, "Well, you
exactly.
know,
They don't want this.
we can't hire Tony again. He's did a terrible job. We need to move on with a new. Let's just get
Yeah.
let's just get fucking God, what was his name? Joby.
Joby
Let's just get
Harold.
Joby Harold because
That
his
was the most
show,
watched show on Disney
yeah, his
Plus.
show, you know, his show did good. I think we should just hire him back and then make it for kids from now on because fuck everyone else.
No, yeah, I'm
And
legitimately scared that that is going to happen though, because like if what you said is true and people are like, oh, there's not enough action, there's not enough lightsabers, there's not
yeah,
enough this, then if most people are saying that, then like you can't really blame Disney for doing what they're gonna do for making more shows like Kenobi and Boba Fett, because that's what earns them the most money in their business. I understand that, but like as a creative person and like just someone who likes to write and stuff, like this is better. Like this is better writing. Like I want this and everything. And it doesn't mean that like every show, every Star Wars movie has to be um just like this. But I just like something about the tone, like the dialogue. I want it to be like on this level. The visuals I want to be on this level. You can still have like this swashbuckling like space adventure, um, but it just needs to feel more competent. And Andor just it just has it together. It has its shit together.
Yeah, it's it's gonna be disappointing if the fan consensus here they don't realize what they're getting, and they don't realize what should be done in Star Wars. You know, I mean, I'm not one to say my opinion's always right, but I feel like in this sense, you and my mine and yours, our opinion is literally where Star Wars should be going. In order for it to breathe new life into the universe and not write itself into a corner like what we got with Obi-Wan or what we got with uh Boba Fett. It just feels like they think it's just one formula or it has to be very specific, otherwise no one's going to watch it. And then as a result it comes out as a product that has no passion in it, and it's just done because they know it's going to be successful or because it's going to get views or subscriptions or whatever. And it's just disappointing to me because I think this was kind of their gamble in a way. I think Disney was like, okay, we'll just get people on the job that fixed what made one of the only box office successes in in the
Yeah.
actual movie industry, and we'll just have him kind of do his thing with a big team. We'll throw a lot of budget at it. Oh wait, we still have a Kenobi series to do. Oh fuck. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll give them like I don't know, couple million, and then we'll just give the rest to Andor because we already committed to Andor. So good luck. Hopefully you guys do well. And then when that doesn't do what better than Kenobi, they're gonna sit there like, huh, not realizing how big Kenobi is as a character, and Andor is kind of a character we just got introduced to. It's like I don't understand these fucking marketing minds. It just
I
drives
don't
me
get it.
insane.
I didn't get it from when we first saw the trailer of Andor at Celebration. It was like this looks so much better than Kenobi.
Yeah,
Um, but Army Nation, thank you. But it's all this guy right here who does that. This
yeah.
man right here.
That's my channel. AD edits. This second channel here is where we do our podcast and our streams and our watch parties and everything. But yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Haven't really been posting lately. Took a little bit. Been taking a little bit of a break from all that. I'm getting claimed out of the ass by HBO too. I got a couple bad emails. It's really bad. Like, so I'm kind of nervous about posting anything Game of Thrones related anymore. It's actually kind of
Damn,
upsetting too. But when
that
your views get
sucks.
more views than them, they're gonna do shit. So
Greedy. Don't worry, I agree. And my opinion is always correct. See, there you go, Fulcrum. Fulcrum's with us. Oh no, you're out of
Fulcrum's always
focus
with us.
again.
Uh, I don't know why it does that. I've noticed the biggest fix is just to turn it off and turn it back on because the focus doesn't even like rack or doesn't even adjust when I do this. It like keeps like it's almost like a depth of field thing. Here, I need to turn it off really quick.
Andor is up there with Mando for me. Disney just needs to stick their own characters. I think I'm liking it more than Mando.
I
I
like
don't
it
know.
more than Mando so
See a
far.
Fulcrum.
Mando was a good starting point. Later, Fulcrum. Mando was a good starting point for what we needed, like a refresher.
Yeah.
But it kept the same formula, kind of as what Star Wars is. This is kind of a more adult dive, a more adult look into and deeper look into Star Wars and the universe, which is what is really needed. It's coming from someone obviously who isn't a massive Star Wars fan and isn't like cornered into doing certain things all the time, and it shows. Like it's an adult show. It's definitely different, but yeah. Oh, chat. I mean, before we go, like, let us all. What do you guys all think? We can get one last discussion going in before we sign off for the night. But
Got 13 votes in the poll. 77% give it an A, 23% give it a B. No one gives it a C, D, or F. Seems to be holding up very favorable with chat.
Our
By
chat
the
knows what's up.
Our chat does know what's up. By the way, chat, if you missed it earlier, we played a pretty fun game in the first hour. Go back and watch that if you have some time. You guys won. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, chat beat us, and the very first time we ever played this game, it's really fun.
They destroyed us.
We just create like stories. We know sometimes some of the stories are better than what Disney did. So
We use
it
we use an AI program to create stories, and yeah, it's fun. Just go check it out. Let me know what you think. Charlie is out. Thanks for being awesome. Hope you guys like as well. Yeah. Have a good night, Charlie. Thanks for joining us as always.
Yeah, dude, you're such a big support, Charlie, and you know it. You know we all love you. Had to jump out before the axe oil.
The axe
Yeah,
oil.
literally.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, actually, Jack brings up a point. And the only complaint, like he's starting to bring up complaints. What are some of the complaints about
Have to
this
wait for the
show?
episodes to come out.
Is there okay? Is there any other complaints that you guys have that maybe we can discuss? Like maybe some of the bad? Because I mean, we're pretty much just praising it. Is there anything bad to you guys that you think? Like, is there a pacing issue to you? Is there a music issue to you? Is there anything that like stands out that's like, oh, it would be better if we did this? Um, I know Zach. I know you don't really have any issues. I don't really have any issues like from the first watch. But anyone from chat, can you guys think of anything that isn't necessarily up to par with what you think it should be?
I mean, like, it's not perfect. Like, there's probably definitely things I could think of. I'm just like, I'm kind of tired, so I can't like analyze it as fully as or as completely as I'd like to. But another thing that I liked, I know you were just talking about things that we don't like. I liked the runtime. I thought it was like a great length. Like, no, it always pissed me off when we'd get like a 25-minute episode of like Mando. Or like, I think we got one of those in Kenobi, and it was like, "Are you serious? We have 6 episodes."
They filmed like just 2 locations or 3 locations, and they just extended a couple of the scenes like by like a couple minutes, resulting in like a longer runtime for scenes that normally don't have that runtime. So it was just like you felt cheated, and here you don't really feel cheated. You know, it's weird
Yeah.
because it didn't lead up to anything yet because it's leading up into the next episode. But the next episode is going to have like probably a pretty sweet payoff because of all the build up. I don't know. Like I'm loving it.
I would say I think that I would have liked a little more Cassian. I didn't mind it too much, but like he is the main character of the show. Maybe just like a little more Cassian.
I think we'll get a lot of him. I think right now he's just being like introduced into the world in a way, right? Like the world's already existed. There's already a lot of factors in play, big players involved, and he needs to earn his place, right? Like he's not necessarily there yet, which I think is fine.
No,
I want
I don't have a huge problem with it. It's just like I wish we spent a bit more time with him. King Pikachu 69. Wouldn't Vader be dead if Starkiller's armor is actually created? Just a thought from the dark side end of the game. I never actually played these games. I've watched all the cinematics. So I think you're talking about when Starkiller becomes the Emperor's apprentice and he's got like the creepy looking armor. Probably Starkiller was like super OP. So yeah, I think he would definitely have killed Vader.
what is it about HBO and being able to have runtimes that are like, you know, cinematic films? Is it because they're not overextended and over leveraged like Disney is?
I don't know. It's a good question.
I'd
You're
be
talking
curious.
about how like every Game of Thrones episode is like an hour.
Every Euphoria episode's an hour. Every show that's good that they've ever made is always like about an hour. There's never like 20-minute episodes of something. You're never going to see that with HBO. So I'm curious if it's like they're able to focus more of their time and effort into like quality, and that's what they care about, and adult, you know, themes rather than just making 40 shows all in 1 year. I'd be curious to know if that maybe they just don't have the budget or they're over leveraged and they make mistakes all the time. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's a good question because HBO is just generally the quality of HBO is so far beyond anything else. Like, and it's not just Disney, it's like Amazon and Netflix. Like they can't even hold a candle to some of HBO's stuff. Which is why I hope HBO's quality maintains after that merger. I'm a little concerned, but yeah.
HBO?
HBO, yeah, because Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, and the Discovery's like cutting a bunch of stuff and making changes.
So
It's like
Warner Bros is going to own HBO?
Warner Brothers already did, but Warner Brothers merged with Discovery, and now Discovery owns HBO and
Where
Warner
does
Brothers.
MGM come in?
I don't
Do you
know.
know?
No.
I'm like still trying to figure out who owns who at this point. It's like a lot. It's a lot to keep track of, especially with the 40 plus streaming wars that are going on.
Yeah.
I'm like almost on the verge of like me and Amanda are like on the verge of spending like this same amount, if not way more than cable, just to
I
be able to
know.
see everything we need. And it's like now
It's
getting to
by
the point
design,
where
dude.
it's getting to the point to where it's like it's just they're just redoing cable, but just with streaming. And I mean, at least we're getting more quality and we're getting more variety for it, because before you would sign up for a $90 or $150 cable package and you'd get like 100 plus channels that you're never ever going to see, whereas with
Sure, yeah.
some of them you're probably going to go back and watch a lot of the movies or videos or whatever.
HBO is always premium TV. Yes, it was. That's true. I wish we could get an HBO Star Wars show. That'd be so cool. Well, it'll obviously never happen, but just HBO level Star Wars show. And I do think
Yeah,
Andor is like not too far off.
there's no way they would have been able to afford the acquisition then.
Yeah, no.
Like that would have bankrupted them, but they probably would have made a lot of money back just based off of how they handle their shows. There isn't a single show they've ever made that's been like, terrible. Like Disney makes stuff that's terrible all the time, but it's because they own so much, they do so much volume all the time. They make their money back eventually. They probably even get subsidies from the government because of their theme parks.
Probably. Well, should we wrap this up?
Yeah,
folks.
I think we're good.
Yeah, do us a favor, like the stream, please. It would help us out a lot if you've enjoyed. We're gonna head to bed because it is very late, and it's probably later for some of you. So
It's about 1 a.m. Or if you guys are in the East Coast or somewhere else, it's like the middle of the day or the morning. So
the East
you guys
Coast
are
is like
you guys are
4.
chilling, but East Coast, yeah, you guys are probably all asleep if you're on the East Coast. But I appreciate you guys popping on. For the 20 plus of you that were here, we're going to be here on Thursday at 4 p.m. We have our regular podcast every Thursday. We're going to be doing these watch parties every week. We're going to be playing the game that we played earlier today. Hopefully more of you will be there next week.
Hopefully we can win
And
next
hopefully we can beat chat next week. It's a lot of fun. So, stop in. We're not here just to, talk over ourselves all the time. We actually like to engage with you guys and have some fun. So definitely tune in for that. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.